Mario Kart, one of Nintendo's best-selling series of multiplayer racing games. Since the original SNES Classic, the Big N has made one new game in this series for every system they've released, even their handhelds starting with the Game Boy Advance. So we all knew Nintendo would continue this pattern by making one for the Wii U, and we were pretty excited for it. Mario Kart in HD? That has to be awesome! So after playing it, is it as awesome as we hoped? Does it fall off the track in any way? I'll try to refrain from puns like that. It's Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. Wow, 8 Mario Kart games not counting the ones in the arcades? Nintendo must be doing something right with the series. The concept is the same Mario Kart concept, races different characters from the Mushroom Kingdom on wacky tracks. But this time, in addition to driving underwater and hang gliding, there's a new anti-gravity mechanic. But before I go in depth on mechanics and how they affect the gameplay, let me give the presentation some well-deserved praise. Mario Kart 8 boasts great HD graphics that show plenty of the Wii U's power, showing off great colors, textures, lighting, and character models at a smooth 60 frames per second. The visual flair is noticed the most in the retro tracks. Many of them are barely recognizable here. This is much more than just a new coat of paint. Nintendo legitimately remade the tracks to the same visual standard as the new tracks. There are also great sound effects for everything from the items to the characters, plus fitting music for each track to add to the overall fun factor. The music is a lot of in-studio recorded instrumentals. It seems to add a new layer to the game's presentation than how most game music is composed. I mean, just listen to the music for Bowser's Castle. Now for gameplay, let's address what everyone noticed first. The anti-gravity mechanic is actually more than just a gimmick. It feels a bit different to control, but still controls great. Really, the whole game controls great. Steering is easy and spot on, and drifting here is more like drifting in Double Dash, which I feel is a good thing because that game had tight drift controls. So you and your friends should have great fun racing with the wide range of compatible controllers. Wii U Gamepad, Pro Controller, Classic Controller, Wiimote and Nunchuck, Wiimote held sideways for those of you who like the motion controls of Mario Kart Wii. All that's missing at this point is GameCube controller support. But back to anti-gravity, it also contributes to track designs. With anti-gravity, Nintendo was able to do a lot more with the tracks since you can drive along the sides or upside down, along with underwater and hang gliding like in Mario Kart 7. But a few tracks don't use anti-gravity at all, which shows that Nintendo didn't try to force anti-gravity into every track. Instead, the new mechanic is used to the benefit of creative track design. Also, while in anti-gravity mode, bumping into other racers gives the both of you a short speed boost, adding a risk versus reward aspect to anti-gravity racing. I once said that Mario Kart Wii had the best tracks. Well, move over MK Wii, MK8 now has the best tracks. While some tracks are better than others, all of the tracks old and new are not only pretty to look at, but also fun to race on, with even more fun tracks if you buy the DLC. Race through waterfalls, deserts, Party Central, Isle Delfino, Boo's Mansion. Also enjoy the return of old favorites like Yoshi Valley from Mario Kart 64. Apparently the Wii U is powerful enough to actually keep track of exactly who is in what place in this track. Also, along with an original Rainbow Road and the SNES Rainbow Road remade again, MK8 also delivers a remake of Mario Kart 64's Rainbow Road. That Rainbow Road was, frankly, pretty, please don't lynch me, boring, especially compared to younger ones. But now it's not only a gorgeous track, but way more fun to race on than before. I wish I could go into more detail about all the tracks and why they're awesome, but I don't want to keep you guys here forever. As you could probably tell, some certain aspects here were carried over from Mario Kart 7. Along with the aspects I already mentioned, you can once again mix up karts/bikes with different tires and hang gliders, with each combination having different effects on speed, handling, and other attributes. The other returning aspect is the coins, which bring up your overall speed slightly and unlock new parts at random every 50 or so coins. But MK8 also has its fair share of new items: the boomerang flower, the racer-eating piranha plant, and the arsenal granting Crazy 8. And for those of you who hate the blue shell and want a way to stop it aside from having a star, Nintendo provided an item for that purpose, the Super Horn. If you get it, simply press the item button to stop a blue shell about to hit you and shock any racers unlucky enough to be next to you. It helps that the blue shell occurs less frequently than Mario Kart Wii, but when it is gunning for you, you could have this great weapon for destroying it so you can continue holding first place, until something else gets you. Oh, and more good news. Remember the rubber banding AI from Mario Kart Wii? Well, Nintendo learned their lesson and got rid of them. Now even at the hardest difficulties in the Grand Prix, the game feels much more balanced and fair. If you get passed by rival racers, it's more because of a mistake you made, and if you're far ahead from whooping them on your way to the lead, odds are you'll leave them in the dust as long as you don't screw up. So it's pretty much Nintendo saying, yeah, sorry for the cheap AI on Mario Kart Wii. Here's the fair and balanced Grand Prix you wanted. Thanks, Nintendo. But to the Wii version's credit, it did have good online, and so does Mario Kart 8. Racing online runs just as smooth and lag-free as its older sibling. Along with being able to set up tournaments and custom races, MK8's online also has Mario Kart TV. This is where you can edit and share replays with other MK8 owners online or upload them to YouTube. Choosing a track for each race is done like this. You get 3 tracks to choose from, with the 4th being random. It's a good balance of getting more tracks played without people selecting the same track over and over. Playing online is a lot of fun, but so is playing locally. Playing with up to 3 friends is still where Mario Kart shines bright. Even though the frame rate drops to 30 frames per second when 3 or 4 people are playing, the game still runs well, which is great since Mario Kart always has such a focus on the fun of playing with your friends. Now, even though Mario Kart 8 has a lot of reasons to love it, and it's definitely an improvement over Mario Kart Wii, it does have its problems and missed opportunities. First off, a coin item. Hitting an item box and getting a coin feels like a waste of an item, especially since you can't hold on to 2 items at once the way you would in older Mario Kart games. Secondly, the character roster is good, but also feels lacking. You have certain expected characters, and it's cool to have Link and the Villager as DLC, but do we really need 4 different versions of Mario and Peach? Adult form and baby form is one thing, but when you add Metal Mario, Pink, Gold Peach, Tanuki Mario, and Cat Peach to the roster, it just feels like you're wasting space. They could have been alternate costumes instead. Same with the Koopalings. I would have preferred to have Bowser Jr. here and have the Koopalings be alternate costumes of him, just like in the new Super Smash Bros. Not each Koopaling having their own slot. Doing all this could have freed up more space for more unique characters like Diddy Kong, Professor Egad, Birdo, King Boo, and Nabbit. And then there's Battle Mode. Is it better than Mario Kart Wii's Battle Mode? Well, so far so good. At least they stopped forcing everyone into teams. You have the option of free-for-all or teams. Some good customization. Let's see the arenas. These are just some of the tracks.
So, where are the arenas? Oh. Oh, so we're just doing battle mode on the tracks then. Wait.
Battle mode is just done on the tracks? What? Now, just for the record, I legitimately gave this a chance. I really did. I played against bots, I played with friends, and I came to the same conclusion every time. This doesn't work!
What the hell were you thinking?
The fun of battle mode is driving through open arenas, being able to turn any direction and hit your opponent with a shell or bomb or any other item. And Mario Kart 64 had players turn into bombs on wheels when they lose all their balloons. Mario Kart 8 has players turn into ghosts when they lose, which lets them keep throwing items at the other players still in the fight. This is a cool idea. In fact, there are a number of cool features and options in MK8's battle mode, but forcing us to battle on racetracks just ruins it all. You don't have the openness of past battle modes that I described. You just feel like you're going in long circles on the tracks hoping to catch somebody. It loses a lot of the fun factor. Whose idea was this? More importantly, who tested this and thought it was good enough?
We could just take some of the tracks and have people battle on those. It's a brilliant plan! Well, shouldn't we also make actual arenas so fans have options? Nah, it's fine. It'll save us money. But we're already spending money on track DLC. Shh. It's a brilliant plan. Brilliant, I say! Oi.
I respect trying new things, Nintendo, but you gotta properly test things like this to see if they are actually fun. And I wouldn't have minded this so much if you included actual arenas. The last missed opportunity kind of relates to battle mode, but more focused on the gamepad. When you're playing, the gamepad can be used for off-TV play, a mini-map of the track with a chart of all the racers and the items they have, and gyro controls that work pretty well. This is all good, but I feel like the gamepad could have been used for a 5-person local battle similar to a mode in Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed on the Wii U. Mario Kart 8 made some screw-ups, and I really do feel like Nintendo could have done more with their Prime Wii U Racer. I really hope Nintendo will fix at least the battle mode and character roster with DLC. But the game as a whole still has a lot of positives. As a multiplayer racer, it still shows why Mario Kart continues to be so popular. So despite the problems and missed opportunities, Mario Kart 8 is still a must-have Wii U title.